everyone. Welcome to day 13 of the Get Connected Challenge. Thanks for sticking with me. I'm Stacy. Today I woke up, right? We were talking about earlier in the challenge, what messages do you hear when you wake up first thing in the morning? And so first thing this morning, so crazy. The thoughts that were going through my head were visions of myself when I was younger, from the time I was, say, 14 till 22, somewhere around there. And I just started judging myself for who I was then and the dumb choices that I made then that were usually around boys and later men. And I think of those choices that I made that were dumb and very quick to give my power away and looking for validation or trying to fill a hole from so long ago with male attention. So it's interesting, like all of these scenes were coming back into my mind as I'm literally laying in bed this morning. So that made me think of the Maiden card of our deck, the Maiden, which she is part of the Triple Goddess, Maiden, Mother, Crone. I know I've talked about the Mother earlier this week. This is number 19, the Maiden. And what we do with this card is have a conversation with your former self, with your younger self, inviting a dialogue, inviting you to maybe write a letter or to do a visualization in meditation, to visualize yourself as a younger person and talk to them, talk about who you are now and say thank you to that person that you were back when, because it's important. Because oftentimes, and I know I was doing this literally this morning, we go into shame mode, we go into regret mode, we go into all of the things you wish you could change about who you were 10 years ago, 30 years ago, all of it. Yesterday, right? But this card invites you to look at yourself differently, look to appreciate yourself as you were when you were younger. And if you can do this exercise with an open mind, it really can be very transformative, very connecting, very transformative to just a different part of yourself, because she's still in there and is feeling bad. That part of yourself is feeling bad for the choices that they made then. When you were just young, you were just naive, you were just literally innocent, but had these erroneous beliefs about yourself that needed to be expressed in a certain way. And now they just need to be acknowledged, kind of like a little bit of shadow work, and realize that that person was perfect, made decisions from the best information that they had at the time, and you are a much different person now. So a part of it is acceptance, a part of it is forgiveness, and a part of it is looking to go forward with love and looking back on who you were then, the choices you made then with love. Because at the end of the day, that's all that's at the foundation of who you are as a person, and who you were as a person then is love. Right? And so what the Maiden card says, there is a whole visualization in here, which I won't go through, but the first part is an invitation to revisit your youthful self with new eyes filled with wisdom. And that's exactly what we're doing now. We are looking back on ourselves, on our life, with eyes of wisdom and forgiveness and love. And the affirmation is, the girl I used to be was perfect and mattered in this world. And she is a large part of who I am today. And that's so very true. I mean, I wouldn't be who I am without that person through all different ages of my life. And so I was thinking about the maiden card and all of my life choices, and that brought me to the truth card, which is one of my favorite cards in the whole deck because it's really one of my core pillar essences of who I am. Truth. I dig for truth as a writer. I'm a Scorpio, so I love deep, truthful conversations and aha moments. So, truth is really one of my main pillars, and it's a really great card. And it talks about that it's time to align your actions with your inner truth, and this is living from your true self, and how all of the beliefs that our soul is covered over with all of the beliefs from our world, and our true self is in there. And as I'm getting older, it's really interesting how I'm looking forward to getting to know who I am now. And that's what this card says. The first step is to get to know yourself. Acceptance of self, accepting that girl who was who I was then, and accepting who I am now, and embracing all of it, embracing all of the stages of life. The first step is to get to know yourself, your true self, stripped away from everything, from substances, from people, from distractions. Can you sit alone in silence to get to know the most important person in your life, which is you? Are you comfortable with your own company without rushing to keep yourself busy? I love my company. I'm an only child, so I was used to being alone most of my life. But I love big families too. And then in one of these quiet moments, tune into the voice of your heart and ask the question, what is true for me at this time in my life? And listen, take notes. What is true for you at this time in your life? Because it's going to be very different than what it was when you were 10 years younger, 20 years younger, 30 years younger. And it's going to be different in 10 years from now. So it's just a wonderful question to ask yourself now. What is true for me at this time in my life? And reflect on that. It's a wonderful question to ask to really get connected to your truth. Your affirmation is living from my core truth is my highest priority. And I think we all feel that way, that when we are feeling free enough and confident enough and love ourselves enough to live from our true identity without needing the validation or acceptance of others, I feel like that is when we know that we have done the work that we need to do to really live a fulfilled and positive and love-filled life. So I wish you a wonderful day 13 of our Get Connected challenge. I hope the Maiden and the Truth card resonated with you. Please let me know if they did. And I look forward to hearing your thoughts, hearing how it's going. And I hope that this is bringing you some insight and some comfort. And I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.